guess, Jalon, just what's your instant reaction to the way the game played out?
Yeah, it's a hell of a it's a hell of a good football team from Illinois. I mean, they came out and did a lot of stuff that they didn't show on film, and I feel like they just came out here and made a lot of plays.
What were some of the things they did that surprised you?
They came out in a 4-down, I believe the very first play of the game, which is something they hadn't showed on film much. They switched up their coverages a lot. I've always said since last year that they were good at disguising what they do. I mean, every pre-snap looks about the same until the post-snap happens, and their DBs just quite frankly made a lot of plays on the ball when it was in the air.
This is the first game they've sold out in 8 years. What did it feel like to play in front of a sold-out stadium?
Yeah, I mean, their fans definitely came out and showed out. They came out, they made some noise, and, sometimes it was definitely where it was like, okay, it's very loud out here. But, hats off to that team, hats off to the fans, and hats off to everybody for coming out.
As a game like that is going on and you make a mistake, just what do you do on the sideline to try to get yourself recentered?
Yeah, Coach Z has always said, ever since he's gotten here, that you need to refocus. No matter what the result of the play is, whether it's good or bad, you have to be able to take that in, be able to make sure that the next play is your best play.
What did you see on your interceptions?
That was definitely some bad balls. My very first interception, he made a great play. I thought I was going to be able to get it over him, and he just jumped very high into the air and was able to make a play on that. My second one, he once again made a play on it again. I didn't get the chance to see him. I seen the DN right in front of me, so I had to try to throw over the DN, and he just made a play right behind the DN. The third one, they disguised their coverage well. We couldn't really tell what the coverage was per se, and I just ended up trying to throw Q-Skin upfield, threw him too short, and the safety made a play on it.
Getting back in the option run game, we hadn't seen you do that in about a year.
Yeah.
What was that like to get back in doing that part of football?
Yeah, I mean, it was football for me all over again. Literally taking it back to being a kid, playing football, being able to run the ball whenever I want to, and they did a great job of being able to, keep us from doing too much of it.
Physically, did it feel okay?
Yeah,
good to get hit?
Was solid. I mean, after that first hit, it kind of knocked the wind out of me because the ball hit my stomach. But after that, it's just football. You take the hits, you probably feel it the next day. But as of right now, I'm solid.
Can you take us through what was going through your mind in that very last play?
They brought pressure. We had a Hail Mary call. They brought a lot of people, more than they usually bring. I tried to wait for my receivers to be able to get into the end zone, but they weren't there yet, and the defensive pressure was able to get to me before I was able to let the ball go. As I was throwing the ball, somebody came from behind and hit it on my hand.
Especially going into a short week, how do you kind of prevent this from one becoming two?
First of all, you just, you look at film, you learn from it, and not every L could be a loss. Sometimes it could be a lesson. Sometimes you just have to be able to go through certain things to be able to better prepare you for things that come in the future. So, you take it in, you go take the L, you watch the film, be able to find out what you need to do, be able to get better, and you go from there.
What was Coach Leipold's message to you guys as a team?
That we need to be able to come in the next day, own what's on film, come in the next week, and make sure that one doesn't become two.
What's your belief in your guys' ability to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always had all the belief in the world in this team. We were down 6, and with 30 seconds left, and I still have faith that we were able to win the game. I'm always going to have faith in this team no matter what the circumstances are. I'm always feel like we're going to be able to come out with a win. So we're just going to take the L, make sure that we look good, go on film, make sure we get better from it.
If you could give a grade for yourself today, what would you give yourself?
There was a lot of mistakes that I made on the field. I didn't put my team in a great position at all. And a lot of the decisions that I made was from throws that I wish I had back. And I just have to do a better job of being able to put my team in a better position to be able to win the game.
I think Brett found you in the crowd, their head coach, as people were mobbing and stuff. Do you remember what he said to you?
He said, "You're a hell of a football player. Make sure that you're able to try to win every single game the rest of the year. You're a hell of a football player, and just keep on going out there and have fun."
As a captain of this team, what is your role when you go back into the locker room?
First of all, I had to make sure that nobody had their heads hanging low. I honestly, truly feel like we fought our asses off to the very end. I don't feel like there was one point where we hung our heads low. I don't think that there was one point where we felt like we weren't able to win the game. So, just making sure that you come in, be able to make sure everybody stays positive, and make sure that we're able to move on to the next week.
Thanks, everyone.